There was a huge storm yesterday evening, and I'm so afraid of going to the garden right now to see all the damage that has been happening. This is my front yard, and this right here is my not. This is my what soursop tree, and see some of the fruits were hit because of the hailstorm, and then we have more leaves falling. We had fruits forming on this tree as well. This is the mango tree. See, some like this, and they were hit really bad. Look at that. Most of them fell. This one is still holding on, but doesn't look like much is going to be happening there. And the others fell. Whew. We love gardening and farming, but sometimes, see, now we don't have a fruit on this tree. Only have a leaves and some more leaves down there. Now it's looking like someone was slashing around here, but really this is just the hailstone. See, right here, looks like someone was slashing. This is a little tree right here that was hit really bad and sheds most of its leaves. I believe this one is kinda weak. The stems are not really that strong. That's why I think we have a lot of them falling down. And then we had our little two lemons up there. They're holding on to dear life. At least that's a win. Now I'm afraid to go to the garden because of my flowers. Wambugu apples were flowering vigorously. And then we had a hailstorm. Now I don't know what is left of the flowers. Some of them are holding on, like this ornamental one is up, shining bright. These ones are still here. Now I really hope that my Wambugu apples flowers are also holding on to dear life. This is my herbs section, and it's still standing, still good. Tomatoes don't love the hailstones. They were hit and even broken. Most of them I'll have to come and clean up and retie them. This is the cherry tomato. It was doing really vibrant last night, but now, oh well, it is what it is. For some reason, yes, I'm afraid, but I'm like, okay, whatever happens, happens. So I woke up and I've been cleaning, doing some laundry, because you know what? After the rain, then we have free water. So at least I was enjoying the blessings before I now go to the garden to see the extent of the damage. I'm crossing my fingers that we still are going to have our fruits intact. Oh God, I've been waiting for so long. Hopefully this setback will not be too much for us. Other trees are doing quite well. Now the funny thing is, they say that whenever we have lots of people growing tobacco around here, it's like a myth, then we're going to experience lots of hailstone. Seems like the myth is actually true, because this time round, a majority of the farmers around my area are actually planting tobacco, and it's doing really well. I'll show you one of the fields that were doing really great. After I'm done checking my trees, then I'll go and also check and see the extent of the damage on that other tobacco field, which apparently, quote unquote, is responsible for the hailstones. I eventually got to the garden. Let's go and see how the fruits are faring. This is the Anna variety. It had fruits yesterday. Fruit sets. Let me see. That one is safe. Ah, these ones are safe as well. I tell you, the storm was heavy, so heavy. I was afraid for my apple trees, but there is nothing I could do because this is a big garden. You can't even like throw a net over them. But who is God? I feel encouraged already. We had others coming up, flowers. So far, these ones are still here. Uh, but now the problem is, do we still have flowers on the Wambugu apples? This one has not yet started to fruit. So I'm thinking some of these ones that are really tall. I don't know why my trees are really tall. And I was watching someone called K Farm. She has beautiful apple trees and they were bearing a lot of fruits. She's an apple farmer from Namibia and her apples are simply beautiful. I've never seen better looking apples. But now the thing is, hers were looking really short. Like she has maintained them really short. So I'm wondering, am I doing the right thing by allowing them to grow all the way up? The lateral growth is a lot. So I'm thinking about cutting like massively, pruning them massively to like reduce their height because they are supposed to be the dwarf variety. But now in my garden, they're not dwarfs anymore. Okay, let's see if we still have flowers. We do. This one survived. The new ones there survived. We have these ones. Still on, still on. Oh, thank God. We thank God. Now, I don't know if this is the natural process or the petals fell because of the storm. I'm telling you, yesterday night we had a real hailstone. Real hailstones were raining here. See, the tomatoes are never lovers of hailstones. See, they were heavy. At some point, it was not even raining raindrops. The drops were all stones. See, these were the hailstones. I knew already in my mind that we were going to have hailstones because the neighboring villages had already had hailstones a day before. Look, all these marks are the hailstones that were doing their thing. Most of the time when we have hailstorms, the vegetables suffer the most. Look at this. Yesterday they were looking really good. I don't know if I captured the video yesterday, but they were looking lush and green. But today, they're all tattered. The vegetables are all tattered. This is cabbage that was about to start giving us babies, but the journey has been disturbed. Look at that. It's all tattered. All tatters. I was also concerned about my beans. Beans are another thing that does not love hailstones, but these ones right here are really resilient. Maize love the hailstones kinda, but if they're at this stage, the early stages, but if the hailstones come when they're bearing fruit, then it's a disaster. But for now, for this stage, they're going to thrive even better. It's just a small setback. But the beans, not so much. But apparently, they're doing quite well. I was really worried yesterday night, and then I got to a point where I said, oh well, whatever will be, will be. Because I couldn't control anything. But it seems like we had a few injuries, but they're doing well still. This is our no-till portion of the land where we are doing part beans. These are yellow beans and part maize. And we thank God that this one survived. This will still thrive because the heart is still intact. So the smaller the whatevers, the plants, the safer they are from the hailstones. But these ones were really damaged because it was so windy. It was beating them against each other. Look at that. They're all broken because of the hailstorm. See? It was so windy. It was like nature was quarreling, had a beef to chew with us. But we survived because these ones are ready. It's only that I use them, I consume them slowly, but they're kind of ready. So it's not a big deal for that. But tomatoes do not love hailstone. Look at these. Oh well, they were even at the fruiting stage, and this is a very critical stage. Now, I know that we are not going to have a very good productivity. Like this one, the tip is gone. This one also. These are the marks where the stones were hitting. Tomatoes are really delicate. This one might survive because the heart is still intact. This one was broken as well. You know, there comes a time when rather than cry, you just laugh. See? All tatters. That's nature for you. Farming and gardening can really play with the emotions. It's sometimes a roller coaster. I was here yesterday because nowadays I come to the garden so often because of my apple trees that I'm monitoring and seeing, looking at what I can do to enhance their productivity, and they were looking good. I even applied a top dress of manure, but today, so they were looking kinda like this yesterday, but today they're looking dismal. Look at that. These things had a beating. Yesterday, nature was giving them a thorough beating. See, all the tatters, when the leaves were really green and lush yesterday, but today they had a thorough beating. But apparently, our flowers survived. Tell me, is this not a miracle? How did they survive? But now I can see that the petals fell, and I don't know whether that is going to be a setback for them. See, these are the petals here. They were also affected kinda, like this one came off. Marab. But not as much as I expected. They're doing much better than I expected. I was already psychologically prepared that it's a goner. And the way I've been waiting for these flowers, I was like, God, really? Really? Now? Why? And then I was like, oh, well, whatever will happen, will happen. These ones were broken. And I didn't want to come into the garden in the morning. It's now late in the evening. The sun is setting on the other side. This is when I've gathered the courage, only because I came into the garden to get supper, which I was also not assured of because the vegetables had also a beating. And then I said, oh well, what can happen? If the flowers are there, they're there. If they're not, they're not. And I said, let me just give this real-time update. It's coming late because I didn't rush into the garden to see what was happening. I was afraid. I was taking care of my heart, my weak heart, because my emotions are so infested into these apples, and I didn't want to rush into the garden early in the morning. But God had me. God had me. We still have flowers. Oh, look at this one. This one fell off altogether. So I feel like these ones are more hardy, being trees, of course, as compared to the vegetables and the tomatoes. So a few of them had injuries. We count our losses and we try again. Because the good thing is that the early stages of flowering, most of the buds are yet to open up, which could be a good thing for us because then we have another chance. So these are some of the challenges of farming, especially open field farming, where we depend on the Almighty, and sometimes He allows such things to happen and you feel like questioning Him, and then you say, oh well, you know what you're doing. The hope is still alive. At least we keep hoping for good productivity. I think the trees are stressed right now because of the beating they had yesterday. You know, sometimes you feel like coming with a big, huge net, bad net, and laying it on top when it's raining. But there's nothing really that you can do, so you let God act in His sovereignty. And then you have a small talk, a little talk with Jesus, and tell Him to please spare you. And apparently He did spare us, because I feel like what we have here is us being spared. Most people are saying it was worse in their areas, but us, we still have something to smile about. So thank you, God. Let me know your experiences if you're a farmer or you have a garden. How do you control nature? Do you like have a bad net? Is it feasible for a huge area? How expensive is it to even set it up? I'm trying to tip because this one does not have any fruit, but they are buds, of course. And the leaves are really tattered. So I was thinking about coming and chopping the entire, like a section of the upper branches off, so that they can grow stronger and thicker. What do you think? So they branch out more. There are already lots of branches in here. I've never been this confused. I want the best for these trees, but sometimes I just don't know how to do that. Like this one I've been tipping. I first tipped here and it only gave us this. And then I tipped again here. No branches so far. These ones were affected by the hailstones. This is a younger one. This is the Anna variety I've been talking about that I have interplanted with the Wambugu apples, but it's yet to get to the fruiting stage. This one as well. This is doing better. We have these, that one right there, and the other one closer to the fence. Uh-oh. Our little watermelons had a thorough beating. And so did the rest, but they're surviving, and that is what matters. Uh-oh. An entire branch came off. But I'm really impressed and feel favored that we still have flowers. Oh, this one came off, but it's still attached and looks alive. So I'll just leave it and give it a chance. Or should I not? Oh well. This tree is doing really well. It's one of the few that's giving us flowers from the stem. Beautiful. We still have beauty in the garden. But this time, nitawachosha na video za Wambugu apples because I'm so obsessed with understanding Wambugu apples. And I hope that you also learn with me along the way if you also have the apples or if you're thinking about going the apple farming direction. At least we learn together because actually I'm no expert and I've been learning a lot from your comments, which I highly appreciate because I know some of you have been farming these apples for a longer period and you understand them better. I look forward to your comments on this video as well. Should I give them an anti-stress spray? Because that is what I will have given to others, but now I don't know if we have an organic solution anti-stress spray. I've never heard of one, so I keep tipping, but we don't have new branches yet. And advise me also about the lateral growth. We are going all the way up. I was watching another video where they said if you allow the lateral growth to continue like this, then you're planting trees but not fruits because they'll continue growing and growing. But I keep tipping. That's why I'm thinking maybe tipping is not enough. Maybe I should just give it a good haircut, like this much. Now this is like 50%, so maybe this much to allow more branches to come up. Let me know what you think. We still have new buds forming. Thank you so much for keeping me company in my gardening and apple farming. I love your comments and feedback, and I look forward to more interaction. And this is me from my farm in Migori County, Kenya.